So he starts to roam the streets at night, and he learns how to steal, and he learns how to fight in the ghetto. Hi everyone, this is AJ and welcome back to the channel. Yes, I'm here with a new movie review for you, and believe it or not, which you know by the thumbnail anyway, it's for the new Elvis film. So I'm going to share my thoughts on this and answer the question, Elvis, this movie, do I love thee tender, or did you leave me all shook up? Let's find out. Okay, so this film, this new Elvis biopic, comes at us from Baz Luhrmann, who's the director and wrote the screenplay for the film. You may know him. He directed films like Australia, Moulin Rouge, The Great Gatsby, as well as a wealth of other movies. It stars Austin Butler as Elvis Presley and Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker. Before I go any further, don't be a hound dog. Hit that subscribe button. Come join the channel. Leave me a comment on your feelings on this movie. And yeah, let's have a nice discussion about it. Now, growing up, Elvis was very big in my household. My mum, who did pass away when I was quite young actually, I was in my sort of mid-teens, and she loved Elvis. She adored him. So Elvis was always on. It was a big part of the household. One of my brothers, he loves Elvis. You know, I've got an affinity for the songs. Just fantastic. And he is the king of rock and roll. There's no denying that. He hasn't been topped. His music still stands tall today. Just fantastic wealth of songs that he's done. So much so that I do actually have a complete CD set of his, every album he ever done in his illustrious career. But let's talk about this film. So I saw one trailer for it. I only watched one trailer. So I went into it somewhat with suspicious minds. I wasn't sure, I wasn't sold on the trailer. I mean, it looked good, but I wasn't sold completely. I wasn't sold on this actor, Austin Butler, who I've seen him in some stuff, probably looking through his IMDb page, like Arrow, a little bit in Arrow, and things like that. But he ain't someone I'm aware of. But Tom Hanks is obviously a fantastic actor, so there's the draw there, and plus the affinity for the person himself. So this film, what can I say? I loved it. You know, it runs for 2 hours and 39 minutes, so it's quite a lengthy movie. But the clever thing about this film, and this is what makes it so unique, is that it doesn't just focus on Elvis. It's not just Elvis's biography, it's about Colonel Tom Parker as well. You've got this dual storyline that runs through the films. It's obviously intertwined because their careers were intertwined, and this story starts off with Elvis as a child. You see how he lived, you see how he got the music into him and all this sort of stuff, and how he was found by Colonel Tom Parker, who took him to these heights of fame and then took him to the ultimate ending that Elvis had. This is a tragic tale. It really is. It truly is. And the film is fantastically shot. There's so much energy in the camera work, in the directing, in the editing, that the film isn't boring to watch in any sense of the word. It doesn't really linger on any of the songs. The songs play a big part of it, yeah, but you don't get, like he's singing this song, then he's singing this song. It's more about the story and the journey that these two individuals took. This tragic journey that was tragic for both of them. It really was. So this is the film's strengths, and this is where the film really does come to life. I mean, Tom Hanks' performance is top notch. You know, you forget that you're watching Tom Hanks. You honestly do, because he's such a fantastic actor. He really is. You know, I can't fault Tom Hanks at all. Austin Butler as Elvis, like I said, he's an actor I'm not really familiar with at all. In the trailers, I wasn't sold on him, but by the end of this film, boy, you know, you are sold on him. It was to the point that he'd done the, you know, I was humming and hawing. I mean, he was good. It was on my good side. But it was the point that he'd done the Suspicious Minds song in Vegas. There's a very famous performance of Elvis's, and the minute that was there, and his movements, his kinetic energy, he had Elvis's kinetic energy down to a T. He had it. He, you know, wow, this. Just fantastic. I really enjoyed this movie. It is a just a superb film. There's I haven't got anything bad to say about it. I mean, Austin Butler, you know, I think that he should be up for an Oscar for the performance of Elvis. He is that good. He really is. I think he looks better as the older Elvis than what he does as the younger Elvis. I will say that in that, but that's these are like tiny criticisms. Seriously, the film is just produced lovely. I'm gushing about it. I can't say anything less about this movie. Just top notch. Really is top notch. That's all I've got to say about it. I can't fault it. I can't fault it. It truly is. Sorry if I'm sniffing a bit. It's hay fever season and I have a bad time with that. But yeah, so if my mum was still alive and I'd been to see this film and I came back and she said, "Oh, how was it? You know, did you enjoy it?" I'd have said to her, "Yeah, that's all right, Mama." Yeah. So yeah, at that 2 hours and 39 minute runtime that this film has, I will say that it doesn't overstay its welcome at that length or anything like that. It flies by. If anything, I suppose we could have been lucky that they didn't stretch the story out to create an American trilogy. But there we go. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. This is AJ. I'm getting going. Like I said, please consider hitting the subscribe button. But more importantly, comment on your thoughts on this film, whether you love it, whether you hate it, whether you're a fan of Elvis, whether you're not a fan of Elvis, whatever it may be, you know, and I'll discuss it with you. I like to hear a different of opinion if people had issues with this film. I really do. I like that to open my eyes to how it's perceived by others. So let's have a friendly conversation, and yeah. Anyway, so what can I say? But thank you for joining me. Although, before I go, let me show you one thing. One thing that is in that I do have, and that is a Memphis Press Scimitar. This is a newspaper from that very fateful day when the news got reported that Elvis had died, August 17th, 1977. So if you'd like a closer look at that, let me know in the comments down below. I'll do a video having a proper look at this newspaper from that day. It's something that's been in the family obviously since. It's in good condition. It may have been my brother's. I don't know. But when they moved out, it was left behind. I don't throw stuff like this away. This is like, you know, it's part of history, isn't it? Come on now. It's important stuff. History is important. So what else can I say? But thank you very much. See you on the next one. Take care all and goodbye.